Hello everyone and welcome back to the full-time podcast. Today we're talking about Everton because they've got a 10-point deduction now in the Premier League for breaching the profit and sustainability rules. They've breached it by 20 million from the over 4 years from the money that they are limited to spend, and that must raise concerns for City fans, probably Chelsea fans, and maybe even other clubs' owners and everything, because City have got 115 appeals. Chelsea are getting some stuff which we'll talk about in the next video. But yeah, it's looking like the financial fair play rules are finally cracking down on the different things. And I think that I don't agree with pundits saying that it should be gone, because it's pretty stupid, because Newcastle could then just go and buy the whole Premier League and put them as reserves. You know, your teams with tons of money could just buy whatever players they want if they didn't have limits to spend on. So I still think it should be kept, and I think that it's pretty good that they are getting harsher with the punishments, obviously with Everton now, but they needed to do that with Man City. They still do need to, and with Chelsea now, and we'll talk about them because they might be getting relegated in the next video. But this is more on Everton, and I do have sympathy for Everton fans, because ultimately it's maybe the fans and even the players that get hard done by the rules and by what's happening, and the fans are just at the mercy of their owners, to be honest. Everton are now, let's have a look at the table. Everton are joint bottom with 4 points. 3 of them they got off West Ham. Joint bottom with 4 points and with -3 goal difference, so not as much as your Burnleys and your Sheffield Uniteds. I still think they'll stay up, just because they'll definitely be able to get points against the teams in the bottom half. They've shown they can do it, obviously against Palace, the 3-2. They've got Man U next as well, but they've only lost one in the last 5 games. So I still think Everton will stay up, although if they do get relegated, it is a big blow to definitely just Everton fans. Although there are, talk about like the chain of events from this, and that a lot of the teams from last season that got relegated, basically because Everton stayed up, are going to supposedly sue Everton, because basically if Everton wouldn't have broken the financial fair play rules, maybe they could have stayed up, because Everton wouldn't have had the what they said in the papers, the sporting advantage, which it is, that the other teams would have stayed up. And I know the rules are supposed to be harsh, and they have to have teeth and punish the clubs that have done things like this. But 10 points for one breach of financial fair play, and it's only 20 million over the limit, even though it is a sporting advantage, it is pretty harsh on Everton. And I think the only thing we can take from this is that now Man City, definitely, and probably Chelsea, the owners and all the staff involved will be sweating and thinking, well, we're in trouble. The only thing that needs to happen with these rules now is that there needs to be speed with it, because it seems like if something happens in the last few years, if like 1 or 2 things happen with your club, you get found out quick, it gets proven, and you get a punishment for it. Whereas with the Man City stuff, it's happened over the last 10 years, 115 different appeals. Whether they're going to be proved or not, we'll have to see. But they're doing it very, very slowly, and they're only sort of in talks about it today, and now they're actually thinking about punishing them, which I think they should, but we'll talk about that in the next video. But yeah, get your comments down below of what you think will happen with Everton. Do you think this would maybe knock their confidence going into the next few games, or was what I think? I think they'll just stay up. I think it'll make them more determined to stay up now as well. And it's obviously that the fans are just at the mercy of their owners. But cheers for watching. You've been watching the Full Time Podcast. Goodbye, see you in the next video.